All right, so we're back. Part 2 of assessment, section I. We're going to do a quick, well, super quiz. It's 18 questions. All right, ready? All right. Devonia hits her head with a closed fist when her one-on-one teaching assistant leaves her side to interact with another student. Usually, Devonia does this. Her teaching assistant returns to her side, asks her to stop hitting herself, and soothes her. She rarely engages in head hitting when her assistant works directly with her. What is the most likely function of Devonia's problem behavior?
Attention.
Attention. Does everybody agree with that?
I agree.
All right. Attention it is. All right, number 2. Charles spits on his teacher when he prompts him to complete a toothbrushing task. For obvious reasons, this behavior really grosses out the teacher, who refuses to work with him when he behaves like this. When Charles spits on him, the teacher walks away and allows Charles to leave the toothbrushing task and goes to the computer to calm down. As long as he is playing on the computer, he rarely spits on his teacher. What is the most likely function of Charles' behavior?
Escape.
Escaped and or tangible.
Yeah. I can't.
I would say both. Does everyone agree?
Yep.
All right. On a practical level, FBA is important for prevention of an intervention for problem behavior because A, when the cause and effect relation between environmental effects and behavior can be determined, the relation can be altered to improve behavior. B, it meets the federal guidelines for the best practices in treatment problem behavior. C, it will tell a teacher exactly what to do for intervention. And D, none of these.
I kind of want to say A,
That's
but
what I think.
I don't know for sure, but I think I'm gonna go with A.
It's either A or D.
Right.
I've never heard of anything about a federal guideline, so I don't. That's why I wouldn't go with B. And teachers are not the only one that would be like the FBA could be for not only for teachers but for the family and whatnot. So that's why I wouldn't go with C. So okay, yeah, I'm gonna stick with A.
Yeah, let's do A. All right, number 4. Devonia's one-on-one assistant decides that he will no longer leave Devonia's side to interact with other children as an intervention for her problem behavior. This is an example of what form of intervention? A, altering antecedent variables. B, altering consequent variables. C, teaching alternative variables. Or D, all of these.
A.
A.
All right, 2 A's. All right, number 5. There are at least 3 forms of FBA. They are A, functional analysis, standardized assessment, and descriptive assessment. B, indirect assessment, descriptive assessment, and behavioral observation. C, functional analysis, descriptive assessment, and indirect assessment. Or D, behavior observation, standardized assessment, and curriculum-based assessment. You gotta know your AKAs here.
C.
Does everyone agree?
I agree.
Right. 6. Which methods of FBA allow you to confirm hypotheses regarding the function of problem behavior? A, functional analysis. B, descriptive assessment. C, indirect assessment. Or D, all of these.
A.
What is it?
A.
Does everyone agree? Something else, or we're good?
I'll agree.
All right. Number 7, which of the following describes a descriptive functional behavior assessment? A, an analog analysis in which consequences representing those in the natural routine are systematically arranged. B, direct observation of behavior made under naturally occurring conditions. C, structured checklists that caregivers fill out to identify events that correlate with problem behavior. Or D, behavior rating scales that caregivers fill out to identify events that correlate with problem behavior.
B.
B.
B. Okay. A limitation of descriptive assessment is A, it may be misleading in that it can identify environmental variables that occur in close proximity to the problem behavior but are not causally related to the problem behavior. B, it may not be a very reliable measure of problem behavior and environmental events. C, it is extremely difficult and time-consuming to perform. Or D, the first two answer choices are correct.
D.
D, does everybody agree with D?
Yes.
All right. Number 9. Ms. Frieder, who teaches 5th grade at Franklin Elementary School, decides to conduct a descriptive FBA for Amelia. Amelia has been refusing to do her schoolwork lately and has been ripping up her worksheets on a daily basis. Ms. Frieder creates a form on which she will mark specific antecedents and consequences that precede and follow Amelia's work refusal. For antecedents, she will mark one of the following: math work given, reading work given, spelling work given, error correction given, work that requires writing given. For consequences, she will mark one of the following: verbal reprimand, another worksheet provided, timeout, ignore. She will record these environmental events whether or not a problem behavior occurs. What kind of descriptive assessment is Ms. Frieder conducting? A, scatterplot recording. B, ABC continuous recording. C, ABC narrative recording. Or D, conditionally probability recording.
B.
B.
Awesome. All right, 10. Mr. Peterson has been struggling with Arnold, a boy with severe disabilities who hums and rocks back and forth intermittently throughout the day. Mr. Peterson wants to see if these behaviors are associated with any specific activities during the school day so that he can then more closely analyze what occurs during those time periods. Which descriptive assessment method would be the best choice for what he wants to accomplish? A, scatterplot recording, B, ABT continuous recording, C, ABC narrative recording, or D, functional analysis?
A.
A.
I agree. A. All right. 11. Miss Carmichael is conducting an FBA for Jamal, a boy in her class who runs away from activities and teachers. Miss Carmichael began by interviewing her teaching assistant and by participating in the conversation with them to define the target behavior and to determine what antecedents and consequences she would watch for during her ABC assessment. Ms. Carmichael completes her ABC assessment and finds that running away from tasks and materials occurs more frequently when difficult tasks are presented, and that the most common consequence for the behavior is a teacher chasing after him and returning him to the classroom. Sometimes he is required to return to the task, and sometimes he is allowed to do a different activity when he comes back to the classroom. What can be concluded from the descriptive assessment? A, the problem behavior most likely occurs to get attention from teachers. B, the problem behavior occurs most likely to escape from non-preferred tasks. C, the problem behavior occurs most likely to get access to more preferred activities. Or D, the function of the behavior remains unclear.
B.
All right, I'm going to agree with B, escape. After you complete a descriptive assessment, you should write hypothesis statements that reflect your interpretation of the data. Which of the following is a hypothesis statement that contains all of the important elements? A, gain peer attention. When Valerie is playing alone on the playground, she bear hugs her peers. B, gain peer attention. Valerie bear hugs her peers, which is followed by attention in the form of teasing from her peers. C, when Valerie is playing alone on the playground, she bear hugs her peers, which is followed by attention in the form of teasing from her peers. Or D, gain peer attention. When Valerie is playing alone on the playground, she bear hugs her peers, which is followed by attention in the form of teasing from her peers.
Last one. I
The
think
last one.
I think the last one too.
Right. We'll go for the last one. All right. The primary reason for conducting a functional analysis is A, to test hypotheses generated via indirect and descriptive assessment. B, to generate hypotheses that can further evaluate via indirect and descriptive assessment. C, to observe problem behaviors within naturally occurring routine. Or D, to identify any temporal patterns in the problem behavior.
A.
A. Awesome. All right. Characteristics of functional analysis include A, they are conducted with naturally occurring routines. B, they are conducted with analog conditions that represent naturally occurring routines. C, they utilize interviews and rating skills rather than direct observation of problem behavior. Or D, they are conducted in clinical settings only.
B.
B.
B. Right. In addition to a control condition, a functional analysis typically consists of what test condition? A, contingent attention. B, contingent escape. C, alone. Or D, all of these.
All of these.
D. Yeah.
Did someone say B or D?
D.
D, okay. All right, 16. Mr. Moon is conducting a functional analysis with Ira, who kicks his teacher frequently. Mr. Moon is implementing a contingent escape condition. He prompts Ira to engage in a difficult task. Ira kicks Mr. Moon in the shin. How should Mr. Moon respond if he is to implement the contingent escape condition correctly? A. He should continue prompting Ira to do the task, but he should provide a mild reprimand such as, Ira, don't kick me. That hurts. Come on. It's time to work. Or B. He should remove the task material and turn away from Ira for a short period of time. C. He should ignore Ira's kicking and continue with the task. Or D. He should provide Ira with more preferred activity for a short period of time.
B.
B.
B as in boy. All right, 17. Look at the following graph from a functional analysis of Elsa's tantrums. What would you conclude in the functions? Conclude as the functions of Elsa's tantrums. Do you guys see, or is that too small?
You can see it.
So A is escape, B is attention, C is both escape and attention, or D, the pattern of behavior is undifferentiated. Therefore, the analysis is inconclusive.
C.
C.
C?
Yeah, I said C.
Okay. All right. Look at the following graph from a functional analysis of Walter's skin picking. What would you conclude is the function of Walter's skin picking? All right. This is what we call a spider web, just so you guys can know. All right, so it's A, escape, B, attention, C, automatic, or D, the pattern of behavior is undifferentiated, therefore the analysis is inconclusive.
D.
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 D?
D.
All right. All right, let's submit. All right, I think we got one wrong. All right, the one we got wrong is number 11. I think that's it. Number 11 was, I'm going to read it again. All right. Ms. Carmichael is conducting an FBA for Jamal, a boy in her class who runs away from activities and teachers. Ms. Carmichael began by interviewing her teacher, assistant, and by participating in the conversation with them to define the target behavior and to determine what antecedent and consequence she would watch for during her ABC assessment. Ms. Carmichael completes her ABC assessment and finds that running away from the task and materials occurs more frequently when difficult tasks are presented, and that the most common consequence for this behavior is a teacher chasing after him and returning him to the classroom. Sometimes he is required to return to the task, and sometimes he is allowed to do a different activity when he comes back to the classroom. What can be concluded from the descriptive assessment? So we put the problem behavior most likely occurs from escape and non-preferred tasks, and the correct answer was the function of the behavior remains unclear. All right, the feedback is the function of the problem behavior remains unclear because the problem behavior occurs when difficult tasks are presented, suggesting an escape function. And because the problem behavior results in adult attention, suggesting an attention function, as well as occasional access to more preferred activities, suggesting a tangible function, all three hypotheses are equally likely. This is not uncommon with ABC assessments, and is one reason why it is important to follow up the assessment with a functional analysis. All right, but we did pretty good, 94%. That's awesome. All right, so This is the end of my meeting. Friday, we're meeting with Jacqueline, right, Jacqueline?
Yep.
All right.
Friday.
All right, so Friday is the next meeting with Jacqueline. It's 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. Next week, we're going to be doing section H, which is measurement. And then make sure to check out our new Facebook page, which is called ABA Exam Academy. You can look it up. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, just email me. Or if you want to have a one-to-one, Daymi at abaexamacademy.com. All right, thank you for meeting with me.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
guys. Take care.
Good night.
You too. Bye-bye.